Hey guys, it's Reese. Welcome back to the channel. So yeah, this is supposed to be a really fun, awesome, jam-packed live. Like, I'm not saying it's packed as in like I'm condensing a lot of things down during this live, but what I'm trying to say is that it's going to be with a lot of fun. I'm going to be talking about Subscribers Choice Race 8 after I open a few cars. I'm going to open these cars. I have some exciting NASCAR news, but it could change at any given point for the NASCAR diecast car thing that I'll be talking about in this live. So yeah, these right here were ones I found at a Target store out in Boulder, which is, about, I want to say, good estimate. Not like I'm a, time expert. I'm probably closer towards like 2 or 3 hours away from me. But yeah, if these cars were at my local Target or Walmart store, they'd be gone really quick because these are from a brand new series from Greenlight called Showroom Models, and they try to detail these based off the actual vehicle that someone would buy in real life, and they also show you the prices of those cars on the back of the card, but not on the bottom. You have to look up the top on the back of the card, and then it shows you exactly like how much it is, what engine it is, horsepower, and all of that stuff, which is really cool. I mean, Hot Wheels may or may not do that for like certain cars that they base their real life cars on, but I don't think they'll do that all the time. So yeah, finally got this one, the TV series Batmobile in gold. Opening it right now. I do gotta say this looks really cool. Fully opened out of the card. I know that I wasn't supposed to mention like TVs or movie or anything like that, but I'm just gonna say this in general. It's been a while since I've watched like a Batman like TV show or movie thing. I can't even remember what the last one was that I watched was, but that's why I'm saying it because it's related to this car. And I have Batmobile treasure hunt cars, so in an interesting turn of events, it all comes full circle somehow. So yeah. This one, I want to say I have a 67 or 8 Camaro convertible in like red as an earlier version before this black one came out this year from Encase. Took me a while to figure out if I should buy this one or not, and I ended up getting it today. What series was that one from? Oh, that's from Batman series. Here's the Camaro fully opened. I just got a comment from Tony's Diecast Custom, so maybe he'll show up in the live and join the chat feature, or just show up to watch, or do both. I don't know. I want to say this is the second one I have of this car. The only reason is because I don't recall buying multiples of this one just yet. Because I want to say like a few weeks ago I had literally only enough money to buy like one car, I think, or something, or even close to one. Whatever it was. But yeah, there's another one open. And yes, they are right. There are dogs in the back of this drift wagon, which is bizarre why a drift-like car would have dogs in the back of it, which doesn't make much sense to me. And yes, all of these cars I'm opening will be available to choose from for Subscribers Choice Race 8. I will be mentioning more about that relatively soon. There's the Lancia opened again. This thing's super fast, so may have a chance of being my fastest car ever done my track. In fact, any of these new cars open could be, including this one, because I haven't raced one of these done my track in a while. The Lotus Sport Elise, that is. Here's the Lotus opened. Right. Okay, thank you. I'm just letting him know that I'm doing the live thing right now, so he knows he can join if he wants to. So yeah, this is my fastest NASCAR ever done my 6-lane track now. This one right here. It was originally this one actually, but then he ends up losing to this one. So yeah, this is the Brad Keselowski one. This is my newest Brad Keselowski one, and surprisingly, he started off at number 2 for his previous number in NASCAR Cup Series racing in a Ford Mustang, and he's still in a Ford Mustang to this day. I don't think he ever originally before Ford Mustang or going to Ford Mustang was like in a different car of any kind. I think Keselowski stuck with the Mustangs. Now, I'm not saying that's 100% true because I'm not like some NASCAR whiz or genius kind of person, but I'm just saying in my best guess or thought, he's probably always been in nothing but a Ford Mustang for the Cup Series cars. But I could be wrong. So yeah, just thought I'd mention that. However, there's a lot of other crazy fast NASCARs, so yeah. But I already raced them all, so I mean, when I get to Subscribers Choice Racing NASCAR, someone's gonna be like, "I'm gonna pick this one," or "I'm gonna pick this one." Well, again, if I keep buying more and more newer cars, that fastest NASCAR spot could change at any given second. I'm just saying that, to be honest. So yeah, another thing I thought I'd mention is I've already shown this like about 1 or 2 times earlier this week or sometime last weekend. I'm gonna make a new segment of videos on Saturday or Sundays called SUVs Saturdays or SUVs Sundays for like the diecast ones that I have. And obviously this Saturday or Sunday I will be featuring this one along with 1 or 3 others. So it's an even amount of SUVs in that video. And then Tuesday I may do trucks or like a trucking theme kind of diecast car video or Tarmac Works, or combine them into both, saying Tarmac Works and Trucks Tuesdays, and see how that'll work. The only day that I really, well, it's technically 2 days, I guess, that I would have a hard time thinking of is well, not so much Thursday, because I could do like Tarmac Works and Trucks Tuesday and Thursdays kind of thing for like showcase videos on my channel. But what I'm mostly trying to say is Wednesday, it's like there's almost nothing that rhymes with Wednesday except for wow, like Wow Wednesday or Wild Wednesday. Or like if I'm doing my sports thing, I could say like Wild Card Wednesday kind of thing. Which, baseball is coming to an end in real life, actually, for the regular season, that is. 2 of my teams have made the playoffs, but I don't want to go too far into sports talk. So yeah, well, with that all out of the way, why don't I head on and get Gran Turismo 5 started up? I just came back because I thought I had saw someone and like they're watching it or they're doing the chat feature, and none of that happened. So that's good. Let me check. Anyone there? No, it doesn't seem like anyone else is here just yet. Well, I do hope that some people join this live. I mean, I'm not saying everyone that joins it has to do chat feature mode, but it would just be nice if some people were here. And yes, I did just start a racing Gran Turismo 5. So yeah, these were actually the top 2 fastest NASCARs on my 6-lane track, because this one ended up losing earlier, and then it was the previous one, so then I had to pull it back out, and then it ended up losing to this one in the very end, which is my newest next-gen version of the Brad Keselowski car. And yes, it's a brand new Mustang. That's a brand new Camaro. I do have a next-gen Toyota Camry back there somewhere. I don't know where it is now. That's not it. I think it's that number 18 one back there. Yep. So yeah, and all of these cars back here is my full entire NASCAR collection. I've only shown the chase one as well, but these are all of my next gen NASCARs. I have 2 Ford Mustangs, a Toyota Camry, and a Chevrolet Camaro. I'm trying to get my next gen collection at least up to like a slightly more higher even number. Since I already have 2 Fords, my next goal would be to get 1 more Toyota, which would make it 4, and then another Chevy, which would make it 5. But then, correction, that would be 6. And yes, 6 is an even number, so maybe I'll stop at 6. I don't know. It really just depends on what other next gen NASCARs I end up seeing in stores. So yeah, I will also be doing some of this baseball game, TSB 22. Let me do. Oh, wrong thing to do. That's what I need to do. I accidentally clicked something and then I clicked on the wrong thing. But you know, it's fine because everyone makes mistakes somehow. Well, this is a little unfair advantage for that other person. Oh. Okay, I thought they were going to do that slow fake out freeze pitch dude again. Because the last time I did this home run derby thing, it had a dude like freeze out his pitch and then throw it all of a sudden. I mean, seriously, how could you do that in an actual baseball game outside of a video game? That doesn't make any sense. Well, yeah, I'm going to lose. Because their dude has like about 100 plus better power and hit than I do. But, you know, the good thing is I don't have to win these. I just have to do it at least 3 more times after this one. If you're wondering why I have to do this a certain amount more times, it's because I have to do this thing 5 times to get like part of this daily challenge thing done. Otherwise, I don't get the like special rewards thing. So yeah, that's kind of sort of why I need to do it. Wait, someone's power went up. Did Judge jump again for Player of the Month thing? Because someone did say that Judge would be in this new Player of the Month box in this baseball game again. Really interesting. I mean, what's not as interesting is this game has 2 Kansas City Royal Legend players, and I have neither of them on my team somehow. Sorry if I'm being quiet, it's because I'm trying to concentrate on this. Dude, I got almost not 8,000, close to 7,000 points in this one. Is it just me, or did Judge his power get like crazy boosted that time for some bizarre reason? Oh my goodness! His power did get boosted. He's a 540 now. No wonder he got a boost in being a new player of the month, dude, I think. Riley did not, unfortunately. Bregman should have, because I know the Astros are great. Only one of my hitters did, surprisingly, and it happens to be Judge. I don't know if they did that because he got like 62 home runs or something, but I ain't complaining because his speed is fast around the bases. And actually, Betts has faster speed than Judge now because of his power boost, I think. Yeah, Judge is already in this box thing. Do I seriously have a player who's not even in a box yet, who's going to have a new thing? There's a new Rising Stars player from the Pirates. Jehawan Bay. Never heard of that player. I really wish I knew how to pronounce some of these players from my baseball video game a little bit more. Escobar is a player of the month, dude. Interesting. I wouldn't mind getting a switch hitter player of the month, dude, on my team. Yep, there he is. Judge is back as a September player of the month, dude. And then I think there's two new pitchers. Manoa from the Blue Jays and Darvish from the Padres. Yep. So two pitchers and two hitters. Wow. And surprisingly, I technically got one of those hitters for free. And I do actually have 900 something gold, but I kind of have a different plan for that right now. But the good thing is, by this weekend I should have 700, not 700, 7,000 something gold, which is enough to get more of those Player of the Month boxes. And trust me, I've only gotten 3 of the 4 players from the past 2 months Player of the Month boxes, which would be the one in September, which is the August ones. And then the one this month, well, that's ending as of this month, which would have been the July ones. But October is now the September dudes, and switch hitter third base. Yes, please. I want that player. I don't need to do Judge because technically I've already gotten him. Oh, and that race is done. Hopefully someone does show up in here because I don't really have an exact time of when I'm ending this live, but I will be ending it relatively soon. Well, I don't want to push someone to say, have you joined the live thingy just yet, because then I feel like I'm trying to get them to join the live a little bit more forcefully, and that's not what I want to do. So I know there's been one person like popping in and out of this live. That's great. I kind of wanted there to be some chat feature happening because it's like without the chat feature mode buzzing with people in here, it's like I'm not going to be able to answer any questions at all in this live, which makes it a little bit sad that I'm saying that. So yeah, I really don't know what else to say or do right now because there's no one in the chat feature mode, so I feel like it's a bit bizarre or odd or like silly that I would end up answering questions because the only time I would is if there's people in the chat feature mode. I understand I made this to subscribers only mode, and the reason is I don't want those spammer weirdos showing up in my life. And I understand that I'm different from other channels. Like other channels are okay with it because they just completely ignore it. But it's like for me, I'm a little bit more different. Like if I see something not right or safe on my video or live stream, I'm going to report it. And most of the time, it's not a subscriber who does it. I know it's a bot person because they don't make any videos at all. And their channel is a fake channel because it's just a bunch of not YouTube safe, not appropriate, garbage stuff that no one needs to see. I mean, one of those things could say, on one of those spam things, like click here to win a free car. Don't do it because you're probably going to end up going somewhere else. Or possibly if you do it, they have your information now that you didn't realize you put in there, and then it turns out you don't get the car. So that's why I don't like those spammers showing up in my live streams or videos. I understand if I'm being a little bit, more like aggressive or whatever the word would be right now, but I'm trying to protect myself on these videos and live streams that I make by doing the right thing. And yes, obviously, I understand that raising your voice is not always the best thing to do. But if I see something like not normal, I'm not going to say I'm going to go like crazy, super freak out, whatever mode thing that some people may do if they see stuff like that on their videos or lives on their channels. But again, everyone's different on responding to spammers and what they do in their lives. So that's why I'm having a subscribers only mode if I ever do lives this time of day. With that, I'll talk and conversation done out of the way. It's time to answer some questions, or before answering questions, talk about trains. Yes, I may be going on a train sometime soon. I have zero clue if I'm going to be allowed to make a video or not when I get there for this train. Because the train is called the Verde Canyon Railroad. It's another train I've never been on before, so I guess I would consider it a bucket list train of like trains in USA and North America that I would like to ride on. Because I'm also into trains, if people didn't realize that. And I'm starting to wonder if I should change my YouTube like about me thing, saying like here on this channel you'll find stuff about diecast cars, like diecast car racing, diecast toy car sports events, trains, like train talk, train videos, stuff like that, and I'm like diecast car showcasing things, stuff like that. Stuff about cars, video games, and trains. Maybe I should just say my channel is about that from now on. I mean, I really don't know what to do for like that about me page on my channel, but I kind of wonder what would happen if I changed it to that. I don't know if I get more subscribers or less subscribers. It's kind of a experiment that I may want to try possibly and see how it works. So yeah. Well, anyways, due to the fact that there is no one in the chat feature mode, and after talking about trains, this would be the Q&A part. I'm probably going to end the live much sooner than planned because there's no one there to ask questions. So it makes sense to do that, I guess. Well, I wonder if because that group BTR, I can't believe I saw that thing somehow. So it must be good that Toyota race car, which I haven't used yet, but okay. There's another Supra race car. Except for the fact this is called the Wedone Tom Supra 2003. Closer to 500 horsepower. Dude, this is a freaking V8 Supra race car. A V8 Supra race car. Yes, please. Five, 62? What? So you're telling me that, wow. Okay. I am not selling this car. I'm keeping it. Part of me wonders if I can't sell this car. I should go back. You know, because that thing was like 9,000 at least over a million. Well, maybe some decided not to use because they're cheap selling. I don't want to sell that roof, but they have to get it. I mean, Elijah may like them, but it's like, nice to them. 36.5. Not this one. And these things cost way more than their selling prices, so I don't understand them. Wait, I have 18 here now, instead of 19. What happened? Oh, I got rid of that car. So, 157. That's, wait, what? I got rid of favorited cars. Dang. Guess I can favorite something. Did I favorite this car that I did? Oh, yeah, I did. I don't got a favorite. This one, this next time we go. No. Well, geez, I guess I'm doing this thing. I mean, that thing is up the very top. I don't think it'll be there by the time that series is all done. I don't want to do these two things. And I don't want to sell a lot of my cars just to get that car. I mean, in terms of being a super race car. Probably the only thing that I'm going to pay that to super. No, that's going there. All right. Well, all right. So it's now actually 30 minutes into the live, and not really much of anything else has happened lately. So I'm probably just gonna most than likely end up just about ending the live right now. I mean, I'm a little surprised that only one person showed up. I'm not trying to say that, I want there to be like 10 plus people in my life. I'm not saying that at all in any way. I'm just surprised that even though there was one person here, they weren't here for like that long. And, I understand people are busy or sleeping, whatever it is, late at night when, people are doing lives this time of day. But, uh, I believe I was on a live from Superbird Diecast about a few months or so ago, or a few weeks ago, and he says he's gonna try to do a 24-hour long live stream, meaning it goes from like probably 12 in the morning till 12 in the morning the next day, kind of thing. I mean, the only way that could physically happen is if you do one of two things. Is how I would see that happening is you set it to anyone can chat in the live, or set it to subscribers mode for 20 something hours. I'm not saying I'm doing a 20+ hour long live ever, because I don't think I'll ever have the time to do that. But in all honesty, for anyone doing like a 20+ hour live, you're probably going to want to set it to anyone chat mode, because if you limit it to subscribers, if you don't have that many, then I feel like you're going to get less interaction. And I'm not trying to say that to like hurt anyone's feeling or criticize anyone, but it's like, that's just my suggestion. I'm giving suggestions. That's what I'm trying to do here right now. So yeah, that's all I'm saying. I'm trying to give people suggestions. You know, I'm going to join that dude's live when it happens because I support their channel. I may or may not feel like saying this during this live, but I unsubscribed to a diecast car collector channel just because I was on a live stream with Derek from Honest Diecast, and he's like in shock, saying, "Why are these people subscribed to this one dude's channel?" I mean, I'm not trying to like hurt that person's channel and hurt Honest Diecast, aka Derek's channel, at the same time by saying that in someone's live, and then I'm subscribing to another dude's channel. No, I'm not trying to hurt anyone's feelings at all. I'm just doing myself a favor and realizing it's more of a happy thing that I did that, because it's like, well, I guess I should have done it sooner kind of thing. And Derek was actually encouraging me to do it all along. So it's like, in a bizarre turn of events, it's like we're both helping each other, because it's like, if you can't watch a video from a reliable source on YouTube for like diecast car collecting stuff, don't subscribe to their channel. I mean, I'm not trying to say don't do that and then say something not nice to them, whatever. No, I am not saying that at all whatsoever. What these people are saying is just be careful and try to avoid certain channels you end up subscribing to, because every time I saw a Florida Man video, which is the channel I'm no longer subscribed to, unfortunately. I don't want to go into too many details about why, but I'm not gonna copy or mimic his introduction, but it's there's resellers on YouTube. Not like I'm saying they resell the diecast cars through YouTube directly, but they'll have a link to their reselling app thing. I don't want to be a reseller. I understand that other people are resellers, but it's if someone says you're getting a mystery package thing sent to you if you win something, that kind of makes you wonder, is it really worth subscribing to that dude's channel? Because a mystery pack can include really good stuff in between good and bad, and bad, terrible kind of items. So that's just what I'm saying. We all really need to be careful of what channels we subscribe to on YouTube, whether it's diecast cars, trains, or vehicles of any kind of stuff, or any YouTube appropriate safe topics, really. I mean, I'm just giving my honest opinions and suggestions of what others should do. I'm not trying to say they'll work for everyone else, but they may end up working for me. And in an interesting turn of events, it's not subscribing to that dude's channel, but still watching them. It's well, I guess I'm doing a slightly better favor of not I mean, I'm just gonna say this right now, even though some people may react or respond to it a bit differently. I rarely buy stuff from any resellers who have a YouTube diecast car channel. The only time I've ever sent stuff to anyone was for trading kind of purposes, or a custom about 1 or 2 years ago kind of thing. But if I'm ever to buy stuff from a YouTube or diecast car channel, I'm going to buy it from a trusted one. Entertainment Earth, I don't buy stuff from their channel, but I've perused or looked at their selection of diecast cars. They seem to be relatively decently trustworthy. A little bit better than, in my opinion, the Florida Man channel. But I don't want to hurt channels or resellers over another kind of thing, because I don't want to end up creating some sort of resellers war thingy, which would be kind of silly, because it's everyone should be okay shopping from who they feel like. And that's that. I'm literally giving my honest opinion and suggestion. If people shop at this dude and people shop at that dude for their diecast cars, that's totally fine by me, because I don't want to get involved in between and trying to be like the person in the middle who's like unsure of which way to go to for buying diecast car. Which is why most of the time, if I'm like I said, Target. This was $6.19 plus tax at that Target store. It'll be slightly cheaper here and slightly less tax. And I don't really like saying this, but I fear or somewhat worry that in future all Target stores are going to have a bag fee. Like it'll say like at the self checkout, maybe not the regular ones, but it might. It'll say a question saying, "How many bags are you using today?" kind of thing, and then they have to add a bag fee on top of the items you've already bought. And the reason is they're really wanting everyone who buys like whether it's diecast cars, food, or whatever it is at the Target stores to reuse the old Target or whatever other bags they have from before because they don't want people wasting them. Which I think is a good thing. I understand that for certain people, you know, you may or may not see that at your Target stores when you're buying diecast cars, but I just thought I'd mention that because when I bought these diecast cars there, it's like, whoa, I just noticed that they want to charge for a bag so I can buy a toy car. Or even like these 4 cars I bought there recently. I'm not doing that. I'm sorry, but I'm not falling for your bag fee at a Target store after buying these 4 cars right there. I'm sorry, I'm just not falling for that. I'd rather use a reusable bag then, to be honest, because I'm giving my honest opinion. And in an interesting way, it's also kind of like saving the planet, sort of, but not like hugely, though. It's not like I'm saving the planet like 90 something percent big, but it's probably like maybe 1 to 5%, like a start of like, doing reusable kind of stuff, because then you're not wasting stuff. So, yeah, that's what I'm trying to say here. Oh, the person's here. Well, I think they're here, but I don't know. I don't know if that's Tony's Diecast Customs or one of my other channel subscribers. Well, someone's here. Whoever it is, that's good. And they just left. I am doing Gran Turismo 5 there in the background. It's a race that does it by itself kind of thing, because if I were to do those racing events, I'd have to, obviously move this to be over there and do like a few other quick things so I could, be more set up and, well, in a more comfortable area where I could sit down and do the live thing and show Gran Turismo 5 more easily. So, yeah. This person who keeps popping in and out, I don't know if it's Tony's Diecast Customs, because I feel like if it was, they normally don't pop in and out of my lives this many times, because this is the 3rd time. I don't want to keep track all the time, but for some reason, I'm wondering if this is the same person or 3 separate people that are popping in and out of my life. And if it's either or, that's totally fine. All right. Oh, this is the Q&A like free talk part, because until that race is done and pretty much the others in that series, I'm pretty much able to answer questions about cars, whether it's real life cars, video game cars, diecast cars, or like what my dream cars or like car whatever kind of stuff I have planned in the future might be for like my videos and live streams kind of stuff about cars, video games, anything except for like the M for mature video games, so car racing video games, basketball video games, call football, whether it's professional NFL video games or NCAA college football video game type stuff for those video game systems, hockey video games, for pretty much any YouTube appropriate video game topic. I can answer questions about those if I'm familiar with some of those games. I can also talk about trains. I don't know like everything about trains, but I can talk about trains for a little bit. So yeah. Does anyone have questions about any of those three topics? Cars, video games, or trains? If so, please do ask those questions relatively soon. I'm not saying you have to ask them right now, but just get your questions ready really soon. Well, here's what I'm thinking. I'll go to like 40 something minutes. I want to say closer to 50 minutes, so at like the 48-minute mark. See if anyone shows up. That's 6 minutes from now, because it just reached 42 minutes into the live stream. So yeah, at the 48 or 50-minute mark, if no one shows up, I will be ending the live. Because, like I said before, it's a little silly and somewhat pointless to answer questions if there's no one there to answer questions for. And this normally doesn't happen too often in my channel on my lives. But somehow it's happening today. And I guess I could understand why. I mean, if you're like in the West Coast area, like Seattle, Washington, like the Washington area, Oregon, California, like states in the West Coast area, you're actually an hour behind me. So I'm not trying to say like, everyone has a certain bedtime kind of thing, but it's like, I feel like some people, if you were watching my channel on this live from that part of like the USA, you should still be able to like pop in here, ask a few questions, and then do whatever you need to before you're like off to rest, bed, whatever you want to call it. East Coast, that's a little bit more understandable because it's getting closer towards 12 in the morning there. So yeah, totally understand for the East Coast channels that would be watching my lives. They're not going to be able to do it right now. I'm normally not going to say this too often, but if there are no questions in this live, I'm not trying to say I'm going to make another live like earlier tomorrow kind of thing, just for like a Q&A only kind of thing. But I will say, if there were questions not able to get answered on this live, I will do one of two things. I will put a link, ask it in the comments after this live is on my channel, whether it happens to somehow by some miracle be on my channel tonight, or whenever it's there tomorrow, when I'm able to do it tomorrow. Just leave a comment on there on this live stream saying, hey, were there any questions that were not able to get answered during this live when I did the live stream yesterday? If so, I will answer them. But just remember, they'll still have to be related to those three topics. The other option is I make another live stream, and it's just a Q&A about trains, cars, and video games. Like, it would be trains, cars, and video games Q&A number 2 kind of thing. Because I feel like if I did a second one, there may be more people here because I'd obviously do it earlier in the afternoon. All right, well, I'm already starting to notice that it's getting closer and closer towards the 48-minute mark. Because once it reaches 45 minutes, that's 3 minutes away till the mark I said I would wait till for questions. But due to the fact that it doesn't seem like any questions are here just yet, I'm going to go till the next minute at 46 minutes and see what happens there. If there's no questions then, I'm going to end the live right there and then finish that up. So yeah. Well, I'm just going to wait and end the live stream because I don't see any questions happening about cars, video games, or trains. Or just people wanting to talk about them in general. Because, sometimes when you talk about stuff, that's when you have questions all of a sudden. May not be true all the time, but I know it could be true for me and maybe a few other people who may or may not be subscribed to my channel. Well, all right. Well, bye everyone. Thanks for watching and joining me in this live. If you weren't able to make this live, that's totally fine because I'll have another live sometime tomorrow, but not until the afternoon. Thanks for watching, and also have a great rest of your weekend, everyone. And don't forget to look out for my new live streams and other videos I will end up doing this week and weekend.